Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's live session. I am Nadia Scott, nurse practitioner, and I am so happy and thrilled that you are here. And so, whether you're tuning in live or you're watching the replay, welcome in, and thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we are diving into a topic that is incredibly important for those of you with chronic illnesses, okay? We're talking today about inflammation and how you can reclaim your vitality and get off medications safely. So, I know many of you are corporate executives, you're business professionals, some of you are entrepreneurs, and you are dealing with chronic illnesses. And it has been difficult for you to continue to make this significant impact that you were created to make on this world when you're constantly dealing with your symptoms from these chronic illnesses. You've tried traditional medications, you've tried Western medicine, but it's just not working. So now you're left feeling tired, lacking energy, and even the medications that you should be taking to help you get better may seem to be causing you more problems than they are actually solving. And so if this sounds familiar to anybody out there, you are in the right place. Now, if this is resonating with you, I would like for you to drop a comment below and put yes, this is me. All right, when you drop these comments, it helps us to engage with you because we can't actually see you right now, but it helps us to know that you're out there and that this information is being helpful for you. All right, so before we dive in, I just want to share a very quick story with you. Not too long ago, I was in the same position as you are. I struggled with chronic illnesses, and I'm not talking about one or two. I too was relying on medications that only were masking the symptoms, right? So as long as I continued to take these medications, then my symptoms were lessened, but I still had this chronic condition. And it wasn't until I discovered the root causes of my issues, which really was inflammation, that I began to see real and lasting changes. So now I want to share what I've learned with you. So listen, if any of what I said just now sounds familiar to you, could you just type me in the comments below? Me. Yeah. So here's the problem. The problem is inflammation. Chronic illnesses like diabetes, heart disease like hypertension, autoimmune disorders like you know what they are, right? Some of you have Hashimoto's, thyroiditis. Others of you have so many other autoimmune conditions, even chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. Okay, if any of these things resonate with you because you have any of these things, then I'm talking to you today. All right. These chronic illnesses are often linked to this one underlying issue that the doctors and nurse practitioners out there are not telling you about. And this one condition that's underlying all of these diseases that I just named and more is inflammation. Inflammation is your body's natural response when you get injured or when you are ill, when you're sick. Your body is trying to do what God created it to do. But when this becomes chronic, when your body is always trying to fight off the illness or the injury that has happened to it, then this inflammation starts to wreak havoc on your health. What was created to be a good thing to help your body out here and there once in a while, that now has become chronic over and over every day. Now your body is spiraling out of control. And then you end up finding out, whoops, your A1C is 7, 8, 9. You're diagnosed with diabetes. Now you're finding out your blood pressure is constantly in the 150s, 130s for the bottom number. You know, you could be having like 170s over 130s. You're finding this out. But what has been happening is your body has been going through consistent inflammation day in and day out for a long time before you actually start to see the effects. So listen, this is resonating with you and you've been diagnosed with any chronic illnesses. I want you to type in the comments chronic. down below. Go ahead and do it. When you start engaging, I know that you're listening and I know that you're able to hear this information that I'm presenting to you tonight. So if you can help us out, it also helps everyone else to be able to see this live. All right. So now that we know that the underlying problem that we're having is inflammation, let's talk about the causes of inflammation. How is this even happening to you to begin with? So I'm glad that you asked that question. And so what causes chronic inflammation? Here are some key factors that might actually surprise you. A lot of things that are happening to your body now that is going out of control, why you're on the medications that you're on, why you have to call in so many times and having so many sick days, why you don't have the energy that you want to have. It's all because of this inflammation. Why, when you stop taking your medicine, your symptoms come back with full force and you have to go back on the medicine and stay on it. It's all because of inflammation. But what happened? What caused the inflammation? There are some things that you're doing right now that's making your body continue to have more and more and more inflammation. Yeah. There's something that you can do. It's in your hands to do. But knowledge is power. When you don't know, then you don't know what you can do to help yourself. You don't know what you can do to help yourself no longer feel fatigued. You don't know what you can do to help yourself have more energy so that you are able to put more effort into your business, so that you're able to excel in your career, have more energy at the end of the day to spend with your family rather than being worn out because all of the energy that you can, muster up, you're putting into your business or putting into your career, putting into your job. And it's not even enough because you are being sucked. The life is being literally sucked out of you because of these chronic illnesses. But the good news is where there is a knowledge, there is power. And I would like to share some knowledge with you that perhaps your doctors, your nurse practitioners, your PAs are not sharing with you because they don't have time. The way that the society is set up, especially in healthcare in America, there's not enough time in the day for us to give this information to each and every patient that we see. That is why I, as a nurse practitioner, I still practice medicine. But now I'm taking what I'm learning from functional medicine to really help my patients, and I want to help you. So here's something that might surprise you that you're still doing, and that is likely one of the reasons that you're in this group today because of the chronic illnesses. It's your diet. No surprise there, right? Consuming a diet high in sugar, refined carbs like enriched white flour that's in bread, rice, cereal, pastas, potatoes, that kind of stuff that we love to eat. Those refined carbs, unhealthy fats can lead to inflammation. So foods like processed snacks, those Oreos that we like to reach for, sugary beverages, those sodas, those sweet teas, those sugary beverages, fast foods, those are the main culprits to inflammation through our diet. They're not the only, but they are the main ones. Secondly, here's another thing that might surprise you that you're doing right now. And if you're in this group, I know that this is going to resonate with you. Stress. Okay. High levels of stress trigger the release of something in your body called cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that your body produces that actually causes inflammation when it is elevated for long periods of time. Your body is made to do a lot of things that are helpful. However, when certain things trigger things in your body to be released that should not be released yet and continues to be released, then what happens is you end up with these diagnoses. Stress. I know, I get it. I am also an entrepreneur. I also work in a high stress environment. I have to see multiple patients quickly every day. I understand the level of stress that is involved. For some of you, it may be necessary for you to take a step back and see, do I really have to do this position? Is it worth my life? For many of you, you are just starting at the beginning of being diagnosed with whatever these chronic illnesses are. For many of you, though, you've been dealing with this for years, for decades, and now you're getting close to the end stage of your disease, which means after the end, there's death. You are pulling on whatever you can for some help. Let me tell you, if you're still working in a high stress environment and you can change it, I suggest that you consider changing if you can. Now, for many of you, you can't change it. So what I'd like to offer to you is some help with learning how to control the levels of stress, how you're responding to these levels of stress that you're constantly exposed to, and how you can counteract the increasing elevated levels of cortisol in your body. Your body is going to already do it because you're in a high stress environment. So your body is doing what it's supposed to do, but there are things that we can do to lower the levels of cortisol in your body so that you have lower levels of inflammation. And what does that mean? Over time, with you consistently doing these methods that I will give you in this group, that I will give you if you want to be a part of Prosper. This is a program where I walk hand in hand with you to help you with dealing with these issues. There is a solution, and it's not medication. Trust and believe. But I wanted to let you know what was going on in your body right now. So the third thing that's happening that's causing this increasing inflammation is lack of sleep. Poor sleep quality. You're not getting enough sleep. It's disrupting your body's ability to regulate inflammation. Sedentary lifestyle is another thing that is happening, that's likely happening because you're super busy. You don't have time to put towards moving around and exercising. You're like, listen, if I have to exercise and I have to do this and I have to prepare the right foods and I also have to run my business, I also have to do these reports, I work in corporate, I'm in 5 million meetings every day, I don't have time for exercise. Listen, you came to the right place, because in our program, I provide for you tangible things that you can do every day. It does not need to be a 1 hour long exercise routine. If you got an hour, go for it. But I'm going to show you how you can incorporate moving more and not being sedentary in your lifestyle, because it's that sedentary lifestyle where you're tired at the end of the day. You can't afford to do anything else because there's no time left. That is what's contributing to the inflammation in your body and causing you to be sicker and sicker daily, and causing you to have to rely on these medications, of which you're getting all of these side effects. Our bodies are designed to move, and sitting for long periods of time can be detrimental. And then toxins. Exposure to environmental toxins like pollution, chemicals in some of our household products, and even certain medications, yes, though prescribed ones that the FDA has approved, can actually cause inflammation in your body over time. That's the reason why I want to help you to get off of a lot of these medications, all right? And you can get that help by typing below help. Type below help, and we'll set up a time where we can meet with you and help you to get out of, and it will be on the phone, so don't worry, help you to get out of this inflammation.